there's college hoop game. You hear the student section, pure basketball.
Greg, there's a unique basketball that is unique. I mean, when you get too high profile for themselves, I think it just adds to the excitement.
Now we'll look at UCLA starting out there with Campbell. Then there's Free, and it's Roberts in at the 5. Here's Looney. Good. Looney's got the first points up on the board for the Bruins.
And Kansas always seems to be in title contention. I mean, the program does a great job of finding tough players and having a system that fits them best. Rarely are they not a title contender.
Now here's Oubre off target with the jump hook.
And you see a lot of players who are very talented play with a me-first approach. That is not the case with Freak. He doesn't try and attract any unnecessary attention and just focuses on playing his game.
Yeah, I like that about him, Greg. I mean, in a day and age where most guys are self-centered and it's all about me, it's refreshing for a player like Freak who doesn't invite that kind of noise. I mean, that's as impressive as his skill set.
And the Jayhawks do a great job in recruiting talent. All sorts of players have come through Kansas and found success.
Yeah, and you know they develop not only the stars like Paul Pierce and Andrew Wiggins, but role players too, guys that have made a living in the NBA as fitting into roles. Mario Chalmers and Nick Collison come to mind.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan.
Puts it up from 12, and it's Freak missing. On defense, the Bruins. Terry the pass to Oubre. Terry kicks to Oubre. Terry dishes to Lee. Good ball movement here by the Jayhawks. Here's Gaines. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And the Jayhawks with possession. Over to the wing. Duncan, the pass to Terry. Duncan kicks to Terry. Lee outside. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Not phased at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
And now a new group getting ready to come in for the Bruins. Starks with it. Morris outside. Thomas a screen. And a wide open look for Freak. Drains the three-pointer. Freak's got his first 3 points of the game.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And there's Daniel. That's good on the assist by Williams. Well, UCLA and all those incredible national titles in men's basketball, Clark, they were the program in the 60s and 70s.
Yep, completely dominated the landscape of college ball during that time. From 64 to 75, they won 10 titles in 12 seasons.
So on the floor for UCLA, Freak in a two-guard. Thomas is out there with Johnson. Then there's Starks. And it's Morris in at the 3 spot. Now here's Williams. He's guarded closer. Here's Dedmon. A terrific shot on a turnaround. Dedmon's got his first bucket in this one.
And, guys, thinking again about the Bruins being so dominant during those decades, they set so many records in that time frame, won 88 games in a row, which is still a record for men's basketball.
Now here's Freak. Great touch on the 16-footer. Freak's got his second basket of the night.
One thing with Freak that we know is he makes sure he gets his shots up no matter what. One way or another, he's going to get his workout in, and that's why so many are confident that he'll continue to improve.
Part of it is that he has a twin sister who actually taught him how to play ball. She helped him develop his game and become the player he is today. Pretty nice to have a sibling willing to help you develop your skill set on the court.
And you think about the impact those years of dominance have had on UCLA. I mean, still one of the most honored and storied and decorated programs in the United States. I mean, they are the program on the West Coast, although the Wildcats might argue, at least recently.
Oubre is checked in for the Jayhawks. Lee comes in for Williams. Roberts is checked in for UCLA. Martin comes in for Morris. And it's Freak missing. Jayhawks leading by 3. Dishes it to Frazier. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
The Jayhawks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And that one misses. Some changes for Kansas. Terry's checked in, and it's Duncan in for Jenkins. Looney's checked in for UCLA.
Hard to watch UCLA and not think of the Wizard of Westwood, John Wooden. Not just his impact on the school, but his place in the history of basketball. He helped put college basketball on the map in a big way.
We've got 1:08 left in the first half of basketball. Terry dishes to Lee. Score the basket, his 2nd of 2 attempts.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And with Freak, he takes a lot of pride in where he hails from. Didn't grow up with a silver spoon in his hand by any means, and his family cheers him on from Harlem.
And, Greg, you can see it in this game. I mean, we're all a product of where we've been, our environment, our experiences. And with Freak, he doesn't take anything for granted. Some of the very best players of all time have come from the projects like Freak, and he takes pride in playing for Harlem when he's on the court.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. The Jayhawks have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4. Some changes for Kansas. Gaines is checked in. And we welcome you back to college basketball here on 2K Sports as we get ready to get going for the second half of play.
Guys, you know, it's been a close one thus far. Both teams have had strong stretches, but neither team has really been able to take control of the game to this point.
And, guys, this is kind of like a boxing match, a bit of a feeling out period thus far. The second half, we should see more things open up, and that should benefit star players like Freak, who will get more quality opportunities.
We've got Oubre, and it's Lee in at the 1. And for the Bruins, Freak, he's in at shooting guard. Campbell is out there with Looney. Then there's Free, and it's Roberts in at the center, filling out the middle. Here's Duncan. Again, Duncan missing.
That's not how you want to kick off the second half with 3 straight misses.
Freak kicks to Roberts. He drains it from the right block. Roberts got the first basket of the second half here for the Bruins. Well, one thing about Kansas is that they love their basketball. Jayhawks have long been synonymous with being a powerhouse college program.
One of the true blue bloods, if you will, in college basketball. I mean, they've been relevant and in contention for a very long time. They were winning titles before any official organization was put in place.
And so here's Kansas. A 2-point game. Lee passes to Duncan. They get it back. Terry. Count the bucket. Terry's got his first bucket in this one.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
A nice shot by Roberts. Roberts got 6 points.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Inside, Gaines, and the layup is good. Gaines has got the lead up to 4 now for the Jayhawks.
And you said it. I mean, the Jayhawks have won for a really long time. 3 college titles for them. The first one coming in 1952, the others in '88 and 2008.
Man, that is a missed opportunity right there.
And he'll be the first to tell you, Greg, that's one he should have knocked down.
And stolen by Freak.
You You know, so often we can forget that these players are student athletes. I mean, Freak does not have that problem. He's an amazing student off the floor and is very dedicated in the classroom.
And how about Freak with a 4.0 GPA, an honor student in high school, and has carried that same work ethic to college as well as he prepares for his games. He truly embodies what it means to be a student athlete.
Gaines gets the bucket.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
And the Bruins going here with a whole new group out there. Clark, if they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Amen. I think that's the best option.
It's guys, so often big state schools like Kansas care more about football than basketball, but not the case with the Jayhawks. I mean, the basketball program has been a source of pride for a long time, and when you have success like they've had, it's really easy to be proud.
Frazier is out there with Oubre, and it's Daniels in at the two-guard spot. Some changes for Kansas. Terry's checked in, and it's Duncan in for Daniels. Jayhawks leading by 7. 1:15 left to play here in the second half. Lee dishes to Terry. Passes it to Gaines. Campbell grabs the board.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Now here's Freak. Defense right on him. Almost, but it rolls out. Oubre kicks to Duncan. That's good. And Kansas leads by 9.
No matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball in the paint.
And it's a big key thus far in this game, Clark, because whenever they've gotten the ball in the paint, good things have happened.
Clark, the possibility here of pushing their lead up. Now here's Lee. He's guarded closely. And so the Jayhawks take the win. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and that extra little bit of confidence.
Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of college basketball here on 2K Sports.
You're always going to have people who don't believe that you're really good at what you do, you know, and that's probably more so because they haven't figured out how to be good at what they know or don't even know how to do.